Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha, Rekakudash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders. Double honors to my elder as well, Ahar One, Ban Yasha Allah, the Lions Den Camp. And salutations to the fellow Akim, our wife and children that believe in truth and in sincerity. All right, I'm going to word it different. I'm going to try to word it different. Bakwa Shah. All right, hey, bear with me. All right, as the title reads, Americans, hey, they get worse, as things halt, and come to a halt, man, as things are being stagnant and slowing down due to what's going on through the four corners of the earth. All right, as you see here, from heart surgeries to cancer care. All right, we did a lesson last week, and we had brought out a portion in an article where someone was, a guy was taken off. I forgot where it was at. I think it was in upstate New York or Pennsylvania somewhere, where a guy was taken off the heart transplant list for refusing the stuff. All right. So as it reads, after every shift in his Seattle emergency department, all right, he's basically breaking it down on how, hey, this whole surge is making things worse, all right, ultimately for the people, all right, that are in need. And just as a whole, man, all right, the staff, and it's just the spirit, all right, because me and a couple of brothers, last night we was talking about that, man. Me and the brother Barack, all right, of the Lions Den Camp was speaking on how basically it has to take its course, man. The downfall of Babylon, pertaining to the famine, right? The hyperinflation, the downfall of the currency, the dollar, Ultimately, America is through, all right? But ultimately, it's built itself so much riches, all right? As they say in the world, Rome wasn't built in one day, all right? And this is the spiritually Rome reincarnated, right? And ultimately, it has to run its course, man. It's being emptied, in other words, so to speak. You can even look at, how, you go to certain restaurants and stuff like that. You see these long lines in Walmart, more self-checkout, all right, more of an excuse to establish their new world order, man. Their fourth industrial revolution, all right, the global reset, all right, of putting all these VRs and, they speaking on the metaverse and things like that, all right. Well, hey, this has to take its course, being the point, the downfall of America, the downfall of Babylon. All right. So as I read the second paragraph, it says, instead, it's the delays and disruptions in the field, So it's the delays and disruptions in the field, consequence of overcrowded, short staff, right, that are leading to it, to real life-threatening complications. All right, to death, ultimately, all right, because this is all by design, all right, order out of chaos, right. So you got surgeries being canceled out here in America, in Babylon, all right? So you got people just basically being left for dead, And one of the scriptures I wanted to grab and bring out is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 19. And it reads, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, man. We know the word amendment is what? Correction. All right, because this place is filthy, man. All right. But as the scriptures say, let the wicked be wicked still, and let the just be just still. All right. The Lord eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All right. He knows what's going on here, man. He's making an inquisition upon the earth. All right. And famine is coming into play. Not only the famine of bread and water, all right, food, and the people thirsting out here and being bugged out of their minds, all right, but the famine of the word, all right, was also gonna cause them to be bugged out of their minds, all right, the plagues, right, the diseases, the pestilences, all right, tribulation and anguish, man, ultimately the Jacob's trouble, all right, and if it began at the Lord's house, what if, what it was gonna be for them who don't obey the Lord, man, roughly paraphrasing, all right, the heathen, all right, 2/3 of our people, you know, so it's all sent for scourges of amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? Because they're ultimately being rocked to sleep. They're being dismayed, all right? All the way to that climax of the ultimate judgment, man, that second death, all right? The nuclear fires, man, the thermonuclear war, the missiles. This is verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And that's the state of the people here in America being spoiled, these spoiled Americans, right, who think that nothing is going to come and touch them, man. Who is in that do as thou wilt spirit, thinking that, the Lord is not going to execute judgment, So a victual shall be good and cheap, man. You got all these blockchain systems and, Jake into all the virtual currencies and all type of schemes and things out there right now to make some easy money. These app-based jobs, these NFTs. So it's all set up for you not to be a entrepreneur, for you to do for yourself, for you to have and play with Esau's little fiat money and currency. All right, to have a little bit and get a part of the system and not have to fully commit yourself to an establishment, a plantation, so to speak, a job, a corporation. All right, which is America was built off that infrastructure, man, of being a corporation for these elites. All right. That being said, I want to take a pause right quick and bring out Revelations chapter 17. All right. I get straight to the point. In verse 13, all right, because I know my elders been doing your pod breakdowns on the chapters of Revelations, all right, as well as the apostles, all right. But my elders continuing on, and he's eventually gonna probably get to Revelation 17, all right. But this is Revelation 17 and 13. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beasts. Right. So ultimately is the focus is to, America was set up, as to make these elites in the hierarchy of the Caucasian race, right? Amalek, Teman, to make them rich. All right. Now they're done away with America. All right. It's ultimately they're done away with it. They're willing to wipe this place off the face of the earth, man. If it's not with his plans, if it's not with his new world order. All right. As this whole chapter is going into how partially how America was even established, coming out of Great Britain. All right. The mother. All right, who's behind the scenes, all right, the kingdom of England, right, the UK, all right, where you have the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers out there living, right, traveling from rooftop to rooftop, man, feet not even touching the ground, living lavishly, all right, but so is the mother, so is the daughter, all right. But again, this chapter right here speaks on how America was established. All right. Right. Because in verse 11, he is the eighth and is of the seventh. Right. You know. But I go back to the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, right? While they're asleep, while they're dismayed, thinking, hey, it's time to get money. It's time to live it up. You know, we can invest in this and make this back, or we can come do this and make this. You feel me? This place is over with, man. That's the illusion. That's when the scriptures speak on if it was possible, they can very well deceive the elect. All right, but it's not possible. All right, there's no enchantment upon that portion of Jacob. Not like them, you know, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So, while people are getting rocked to sleep, the evils are growing upon the earth. The rumors of wars, right? The famine, the pestilence, you know, these employers and these establishments can't keep people in them. All right. You might be eating outdated food when you go to a restaurant because they're trying to prolong and stay established, man. You know, keep their head above water, so to speak. All right. Sword, famine, and great confusion, man. Right. Babylon. All right. This is a city of confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. Right. This is going to continue on, and it's going to build up to a point where a death is going to be before all of us, man. You know, you're not going to be able to walk outside your door and feel the presence of our Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shad, man. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know? Because that's also, that's the kicker, man. He's a so-called black man, you know, from the tribe of Judah. All right, he's coming he's sending all these things upon the earth to redeem his people, man. Mainly the elect, all right, so he can bring his people as a whole back into their righteous steed, man. You know? So this is all for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans' sake, all right? That's why it's imperative to come into the know, come into the knowledge, come into the truth of you being an Israelite, man. It's not a religion, all right? This is your birthright, man. This is who you are, all right? This is what they hid from you all this time, all right? So the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Right? This earth is taking its course, man. The downfall of Babylon, America, is taking its course, and it's being wasted. It's becoming wasted, and the mirth is getting sucked out of this place. All right. But from there, I continue on. The tree shall give fruit, and this is verse 25. Well, Salakia, verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it, right? You know, because the scriptures speak on how the grinding shall cease, and we're gonna get that. All right. But hey, this place is done, man. Your mind is not gonna be on running the rat race of getting a job and getting money. Your mind is going to be on what the hell is going on here. Your mind is going to be on the Lord, man, who you didn't want to put your mind towards before, man. These judgments was made evident. All right. That's why we're here to give you the warning, man, to cry aloud, man. Show our people their transgressions. All right. Isaiah 57, I believe. Right. And tell them to repent because a judgment is at hand, man. The kingdom is at hand, ultimately. All right. Well, you can be saved from the said perils, man. You can be saved from destruction. All right. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? Right. The grinding shall cease. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all place shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Right. Even to a point where they want to create a whole a virtual reality, man, a false reality, a fake world where you can be a part of. You can buy clothes and shoes in it. All right. You can live in it. All right. By way of Mark Zuckerberg, you know, in Facebook, who has been collecting your information all these years, collecting our information all these years. All right. Creating machines and robots with personalities. All right. These devils have to go completely. From here, I want to go to the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 20. And it reads, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were coming to it. Right. You know, because of the devices that come into it. You know, that the Lord eventually gonna have to cut this damn devil off, this diabolical demon. All right, which is his sword, which he set him up to be. All right, his whipping stick. You know, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. Just as he sent, just as he sent Satan on Job, man. You know, this is the Lord's whipping stick, his sword. You know. It's verse 21. I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. Right. You know, and that's that remnant. That's the 1/3 men, women, and children, and 144,000 men. All right. 12,000 from each tribe. All right. Spoken of in Revelation 7. All right. So the Lord has kept his cluster of the grapes, man. His remnant few that he's going to save and show a great work upon the earth. All right. Verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Right. And let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Right. And that's why he has them here in the midst of the fire. All right. You know, but the Lord forbid for have the people labor in the very fire. Let me get that right. You know. So he's going to deliver his remnant, all right, out of this place, man, out of this damn bondage, man. You know, the second Egypt, all right, the house of bondage, man. This is Habakkuk 2 and 13. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity, man. Right. You know, because everything you see is pretty much vanity here in America and Babylon. All right. They bless the covetousness. All right. The wicked, you know, that's who gets exalted here. The alphabet community. All right. So on and so forth, to a point where the righteous has no place here, man. You know. We seek a new heaven and a new earth, man, which dwelleth righteousness. All right. So, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, the God of armies, all right, the Lord of hosts. It is not of him for the people to labor in the very fire, man. You know, and weary themselves for vanity, man. And that's what the people do day to day, running the rat race, wearying themselves for vanity, you know, and it's a tiresome thing, you know, and it's sickening to see. All right. To a point where you just like, man, this place is, man, you ready for this place to be over with, man. That's what we're seeking. We're seeking the destruction and the downfall of this wicked kingdom, man. And that's why we prophesy against it. All right. But from here, I want to go to the book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 29, touching more points on their devices, man. And that's why the Lord is making inquisition upon the earth. And this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 29. And it reads, lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions, man. You know, Right, and because of the inventions and wanting to seek out and pursue these inventions and these wayward inventions and these wicked inventions, because that's ultimately what they mount up to be, wicked, right? They're physicians of no value, man. You know, they don't put nothing profitable to the people. And because of those the pride, which leads to those devices, all right. Hey, their pride. Hey, the cities are gonna be troubled, man. You know, it's back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right? You know, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Right? It's gonna get even more of a dog eat dog world than it is already. All right, because that's ultimately what this system creates. All right, you know, you got Jake trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? You know, a dog eat dog world, man, where you may not think that you're in competition with the next, but when you go out and run a rat race and try to amount to some type of prosperity and success in this wicked society, you know, that's what you're doing, you know. Should have no pity upon his neighbor. You know, it's gonna get even more of a dog eat dog world, man. You know, you ain't gonna be able to have nothing if you do have anything, because ain't nobody else. Hey, the majority of the people is not gonna have anything. All right, so if you are prudent, rich, you know, hey, you're gonna have to live in secret. All right, it's not gonna be how it is now to flaunt everything, take pictures of everything that you have and possess. All right. The pride the pride and the mirth is gonna cease. All right, a man shall have no pity among his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Right, you know, if it's I got a plate, but if his plate look better, I'm gonna grab his. You know, that's the mindset the people is gonna be in. All right, if they're not gonna have a plate at all, so they're just gonna go and devour, man, the next person. All right, this is what is coming upon the earth, and this is the spirit that the Lord is putting people in. All right. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You know. From now on, Isaiah. All right. Because the grinding shall cease. You know. Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, right? You know, just like I just stated, that the Lord is putting the spirit upon these people to act a certain way, and it's only going to get worse, all right? The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. All right. You know, as the first house of bondage, just as the second Egypt, man, being America. All right. Pertaining to Revelations 11, verse 8, America. All right. That great city, America, is spiritually Sodom and spiritually Egypt. All right. So this is as well. This is referred to as Egypt. All right. The second Egypt, that is. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. Right, you know, when that spirit be upon the people to just being straits. All right, the peak of Jacob's trouble. All right, and what we were just speaking on, that sedition among men. And the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, right? That's why that's going on now, in a sense, where you can pull up to some places, all right, doing these Grubhub apps and stuff like that, picking up food and deliveries, and they don't even have their lobby open. They tell you to go around into the drive-through, you know. It's all being programmed in your mind, man. This is a spiritual war. This is this devil is wiser than Daniel, man. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sounding of the grinding is low. And I'm in verse 4. And he shall raise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right. You know, and not just typically music as in hip hop and R&B in a sense. All right. Even though they add on to the music and the noise of this place being America, Babylon, Egypt. All right. But just anything that aid in the bed and, you know, the prancing of horses, the sound of the whips. All right. You know, the ambulance going through the streets, you know, the chiseling of the concrete. All right. That the construction worker is doing. All right. All that music, all that noise is going to cease. All right. Because the grinding is going to cease. The grinding is going to be low. All right. So that's what you're going to have, man. The mirth is going and disappearing out of this place, man. It's slowly taking its course. All right. The people are waking up, man, to the they're in a lose-lose. All right. So they're doing things that give them some so quote unquote prosperity or happiness, man, outside of the typical way America set it up, man. You know, the emancipation approximation. You're right. If I said it right, the contracts of getting jobs. All right. The system we live upon is not of God, man. It's not of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And it's a wicked and Ponzi scheme of a system. All right. Established and casted out through the four corners of the earth, man, the globe. All right. And the Lord is getting ready to put it in subjection. All right. From its wicked deeds. So again, man, it's slowly taking its course, but it's taking its course, man. You know, the downfall of Babylon, man. And no man know the day, time, or hour. All right. But the Father himself. All right. That's why we ought to be upon our watch, that we're not dismayed or caught off guard. All right. Because the Lord is going to enter. Let's get that. A thief in the night, man. You know, and what a thief. He catch you off guard, man. But he's not going to catch those who are meditating on his word and watching the prophecies come to pass. It's not going to catch them off guard, you know. So be upon your watch, measure the times diligently in itself. All right. Pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You know, so we can get up out of here, you know, and Yahweh Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. And Shalom, Ahabatah, and DTA.